Shoulder, guys, gals, and legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Bran's Tale. And before you adjust your channel, you're where we're meant to be. Now, if you missed the live stream, there were a few happenings that went down. The live stream was so that we could work on this vehicle here, so that we could attempt to construct our mobile fortress of a sorts. We did get a fair amount of that work done. We are still going to need to do some more. We have some basic systems installed in the back, and we're currently just a little bit further away from home. However, we had a near-death experience. You'll be able to see that our power is incredibly low at the moment, and we're in severe pain. A shocker made its way inside of our vehicle and proceeded to electrocute us, keeping us pinned in our chair. Now, the reason that happened is we ran out of plutonium in our armor. And without it, it can't dissipate electricity the way that it usually does. Something that I didn't realize at first. I thought it was just an innate property of this. But, yeah. So that's not great. It's not great at all. However, we are alive. This thing here, this backup, saved our lives. So it's definitely good for us to have some weapon like that we can use. Using the fusion blaster inside would have definitely killed us. So, not the best move we could have made. So, where do we go from here? First thing we need to do is have a look at our vehicle. It is actually relatively charged because there is still some sunlight outside. Yes, it's rainy, but we are still getting some of it. And on the ground over here, we should have the remains. Well, what remains of a shocker that was there. Now, the brute didn't give us anything too great. I did try to break apart a power CBM that I had, but it was already faulty, so I don't think it was going to give us anything good, so unfortunately still no plutonium there. However, our vehicle is drivable, and that's kind of the main thing. We could have a look at absorbing a little bit more energy from it, but it doesn't have too much, so we need to be very careful with how much we end up taking, because we want to make sure that this thing is going to be able to run. So we're going to attach to the vehicle, and then we're going to go ahead and attach to ourself. To self. And that's not what we wanted to do at all. Let's try that again. Attach cable to self. There we go. So we're going to see the energy start to trickle in. I'm going to go until we have around about 200. As I feel like that's a good kind of safety zone. Okay, let's go ahead and detach this. Let's check on the car. Okay, good. Yeah, that was probably a good time to swap off. Got 22% battery remaining. You might also notice that this is a petrol vehicle now, as opposed to being a diesel vehicle. We changed out the engine. The engine is now the same engine that you would find in a full-blown tank. Yeah, it's a gas turbine engine, so it can use multiple different fuels. But yeah, it's a 27-litre engine, so it's very, very powerful, which is great. So, we need to get this thing back home, still. It's going to be a bit of a drive for us to achieve that. And we want to, as much as possible, try to avoid things jumping inside our vehicle. I don't think we're leaving anything behind, but we're going to have a quick look before we actually ride off into the sunset. We're going to go ahead and turn on our camera system so that we can see all around us, which it should just take a second or two for that to kick in. We are not seeing anything. That is concerning. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, we'll go roll back. So we do have a feral hunter that's popped along here, but it looks like it's just butchery refuse, which is on the ground at the moment. So, yeah, we're not leaving anything important behind. Right now, we're probably going to want to go all the way down this road until we hit this intersection, and then slowly but surely try and find our way back home. So with that, let's start to power on in that direction. Away from that, we are going to be driving straight towards a shocker, but we should be able to make it past without it actually doing too much. There we go, successful. And that's the remains of some kind of military vehicle. but nothing we want to concern ourselves with. Well, okay. We're going to need to step on the accelerator a fair bit here to have the power to push through all of this. There we go. So if we have a look behind us, not a bad push. Not a bad push. Corrosive zombies and all. So let's ease back down on the accelerator as we attempt to drive between two vehicles. Good. Okay, this is going to get a little bit more tricky. So there are rollers up the front here. Rollers aren't... they're not bad. They help you squish a whole heap of things. But I believe they also count as wheels. So I don't know about having a whole heap of rollers on the front of this vehicle. It's maybe worth us investigating. However, we don't have a huge amount of power right now, so trying to take a whole heap of them probably wouldn't turn out too well for us. So right now, yeah, we just need to focus on getting through this. Believe me, if you didn't catch the episode, we were very close to pegging it. So Bran is by no means immortal. He could definitely still die. Okay, and I believe this is the intersection that we are after. The good thing about this vehicle is that military armor is going to really help keep it safe. So at this point here, we can probably take a right and then a left. I think that's what we're looking at. Okay, we have got a miscut, which is missing. That's fine. We don't need to worry about that. We'll just carry on throughout the streets, leaving all of this behind. Okay, and now I think it is going to be a left up here. Driving over the open manhole, and things should be a little bit quieter here from now on. Yeah, and we're going to want to take a right at the next. Because we're back in Bran's hood. And Bran's hood, for the most part, is a little bit more, a little bit safer. Okay. Can we take a left here? Kind of. Yeah, let's go with that. Easy does it, Bran. Easy does it. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. At this point it's going to be a left, and then straight up the whole way. Like so. And eventually we'll be taking a right. Next one along, I believe, yes. So just continue on up along here. Thankfully this area is pretty good. What we'll do when we stop is we will have a look to see how much of the vehicle has been damaged through our driving. That'll give us an idea of how well this thing can last. And there we go. We've made it back. We'll just ignore any errors. We can see what remains of our killdozer. We did take a few parts from that. Start slowing down a little bit more. And I think I want to just go ahead and back into here. So let's have a look at reversing on in. Whoops, I'm reversing the complete wrong way. There we go. Right next to the killdozer. Okay, we made it. Yay. Go us, Bran. We're going to go turn off our camera system. We're going to stop driving, and we're going to close our little curtain there. I think we're going to need to add another one just over here. A vehicle curtain. Because this hatch is kind of opening us up to the outside a little bit in terms of visibility, which we don't want. We do not want. Looking into here, there really isn't anything that I think we want to be taking back down with us. Really, we're just going back downstairs so that we can have a chance at potentially gaining back our energy. Yeah. We might be able to eat some of the things around here, but for a lot of it, it's going to be difficult for us to get to. A jade brooch. Check on that vehicle one more time. Yeah, cool. So it's going to be nice and full before we know it. And we can see the 120mm cannon that's sitting on top of this thing. Which is, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. The main thing that we're wanting to do is... I don't like you, dog. We are wanting to try and get plutonium back into our armor, because without it, we're in a little bit of danger. But only a little bit. Bran is still fearsome. We are going to want to make sure that it's actually 100% repaired as well. And downstairs is still the best place for us to do that. It's going to take us a while to transfer all of our goodies out from there. We'll go ahead and turn on night vision. We have enough power to sustain it for the time being. Unfortunately, Rena is still... she's having a hard time. She's still kind of in a bit of a loop at the moment. And here she is. She kind of broke that limp. She broke the loop that she was in. Something to drink? We can definitely do that. Come along with me. We can actually sort that out. Rena, that's amazing. I am actually really happy that you've kind of broken that loop. If we go back in here, I hope that you just don't re-enter it. Okay. There we go. We can see that we have a mini nuke up here at the moment. One that we've been doing a little bit of experimenting on. Rena, where'd you go? Did she go down here to get water? I think maybe she did. Just follow me along. If we actually go this way, I will take you to water. Let's get you a proper container first, though. You probably have one. That's where our lamp is. I knew you were around here somewhere. Okay, so more than likely we're going to find something in junk that we can give her. Let's see. You know what? I'm pretty sure we did give you a canteen. So let's have a talk, and we'll just talk about trading items. So as we can see, she's carrying a whole heap of. Oh no! So those are all things on the counter. Okay, good. I was just like, she's carrying a whole heap of nonsense. Okay, she's got a gallon jug, and she's got chunks of meat that are old. She's a carnivore, so she can totally eat those things. But we're just going to see if we can trade that gallon jug. Looks like a deal, accept this trade. Yep, okay. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and fill that up for her. So follow me on down here, Rena. At the very least, we can get you some water, and that's good. We'll have a drink ourselves, and we will go and pour into a container, into our canteen first, and then pour into the gallon jug. So now I can just ask her to use that. We'll have a talk, and we'll say, I would like you to use this item, Chi, and we will give you the gallon jug of clean water. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, excellent. We just hear her say bye. So now, yeah, the exclamation mark is still there. So let's just have a look over her. I think if we go talk and then have a look at her stats, we'll need food in about 2 days. Okay, she's thirsty, but she should be working through that at the moment. Now if we go trade, we can see that she is not currently holding onto the gallon jug, which is interesting. You do have it, right? I hope so. Yeah. Cool. Okay, Rena. I trust that you're okay for now, at the very least. Yeah. Okay, this is better. She seems to actually be out of that loop. Great. That's really, really good news for us. So, let's see. We need to get this armor feeling a lot better about itself. We're going to get rid of our sword for now, and we're actually just going to go and extend our toolkit. Yeah, there we go. So there's no vehicle down here anymore. There is a little bit of power left in this simple storage battery. We're going to go ahead and hijack that because we desperately need power for ourselves. So attaching that to ourselves and then attaching it to the vehicle. Loose end, boom. We're going to start to absorb that energy. Let's get up to about 1,000. Would be nice. We're very hungry at this stage. We could just wait for half an hour. You know what? We're going to do that. Wait a while. 30 minutes. Let's see how we do. Alright, that's pretty good. Stomach feels so empty. Stop waiting. How is the energy here? Cool. There is actually still some left. We're going to go reel this back in though. Okie dokie. Eating time. Smoked meat. It still says we're peckish. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we should be okay. We're tired, but we're doing alright. Our metabolic interchange is still turned on, but as you can see, it's not operating. So there's definitely something strange going on with the interchange. Something very unusual. Yeah. Next thing that we want to have a look at, I think before we try and recharge this armor, we want to see if we can repair it. So I believe we're going to need a soldering iron, or we might actually just be able to get away with what we have. The extended toolkit that we have can repair items. So let's see if it's going to be able to do that. Yes, fantastic. Okay, charges. Right, 1 per use. So let's just say until we have a success, and we'll see how much energy that's using. Great, fantastic. We'll do the same thing again. Oh, it's fully repaired. Hell yes. Hell yes. So we can totally do this on the go, but quite often you need to have the materials necessary. So we're not always going to have what we need. Let's see if we can reinforce it. Don't know if we can. No, so we can't. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So that's that. Our sword is perfectly fine as well. Good news. Yay. Okay. We can take a little bit of a breath. So, next thing is disassembling one of these bad boys. Because we have many power storage CBMs still. So there's a good chance that we can get plutonium from these. Although in saying that, disassembling will only give us solder, power converters, amplifier circuits, light battery, and burnt out bonics, not plutonium. Which that is unfortunate. I really thought that it was in there. Yeah. Obviously we've got lots of other CBMs as well. CBMs that we already have installed in ourself. But yeah, I was hoping for something there. And yeah, the Mark II is just a high capacity light battery. The only other thing that I'm thinking of is maybe the burnt out bonics. If we can actually just butcher them, maybe we could get something there. Yeah. We still need to try and clean that off. Before I forget, I want to give one of these two-way radios to Rena. I don't think we still have one hanging around for ourselves. Let's trade items. We're going to give you a two-way radio. Oh, whoops. No, there we go. Trading. Sounds like a deal. Excellent. There you go. So theoretically, we can use that to actually talk to her now. I'm surprised that we don't have any burnt-out bonics just hanging around. I was sure we had quite a few. And if we do, they're more than likely over here or in the junk pile. Well, I say junk. It's good stuff. Oh, that's not what we're doing. We're wanting to search for burnt. Try that again. Yes, we've got many. Okay, so let's just go ahead and grab one of those for now. We picked up all those other things. That's fine. That's fine. So for that, we know that we can't just disassemble it in our hands, but maybe we can butcher it because sometimes it's a different process on those. Okay, let's see. Butcher? Nope, we cannot do that. I've also tried all the different ways to disassemble the mini nuke, and it is not possible, unfortunately. Unless there's some very specific tool that's out there that does it, we don't have access to that. So, alas, that's not going to be happening. So, we don't have any plutonium for our armor. That's a bit upsetting. And we can't get any plutonium from disassembling these. Unless it's something that you get as an extra. I mean, maybe. You know what? Screw it. We're going to go ahead and disassemble one of these. Just so we can see for sure. Disassemble. Okay. We're going to use our integrated toolset. Alright. We drop several items onto the sofa. So we've got power converters. Making sure that there's no plutonium within any of these that's just sitting around. Yeah. Nope. Just a whole heap of stuff and things, which we're going to go drop down here. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I guess it is what it is. Plutonium is something that we 100% need, and if only we could take apart this goddamn nuke, because I know there would be some inside of it. But we can't. And smashing a nuke, that's not a great idea. It's not recommended. So yeah, if we go butcher, yeah, no way to disassemble it, and we can't disassemble it in our inventory as well. So yeah, we're kind of stuck there. The only other thing that I can think of is sometimes with recipes you can disassemble things. So if we just search for plutonium slurry, and yeah. So to make all these different fuel cells, you already need to have plutonium. Yep, and there's nothing for disassembling a mini nuke within this menu here, so I guess we've kind of written that off at this point. So now, are there any CBMs that we can actually install that we can actually make use of? Really, it's only the power CBMs, and we've got quite a few of them at the moment. So I don't think it's going to be of use to us. See, this fusion blaster, that's something else that I would assume would have power storage in it of some kind. We're actually going to take it. Because we've already used part of one before. I don't think we can disassemble this. No, we can't. Yep. No, we cannot. So, unfortunately, that's a negative. Right, so where do we go from this stage? We're tired, we need to sleep, but I need to start trying to transfer some of these things back up towards our vehicle. If we have any other CBMs to install, I'll have a look at installing them. The alloy arms, we do want to install them, but we just don't have a sponge, which I know sounds crazy, but it's a reality. We're going to be keeping our eyes peeled for them, but we're going to find those in new homes, and that's kind of what this whole mobile fortress thing is about. We're wanting to get to a new part of Mega City 1 so that we can discover research facilities and sponges. Yeah. So, it's going to be a bit of a process, and I'm going to move a whole heap of this stuff off camera. So, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea as I sit in for this long haul. I will be back before you know it. Hello, Rycon's back. Now I'm halfway in between transferring things up towards the top and building an onboard chemistry lab at the moment, but I think I've finally figured out why our metabolic interchange doesn't work. Now, here's my theory. Currently we're very hungry. Let's go ahead and take a step. You see that? We are currently increasing in power. I think the reason it doesn't work is because the metabolic interchange has actually it's out the game now. But we have a new hunger state. That new hunger state is called peckish. The metabolic interchange doesn't have anything for peckish, so the second that we go to peckish, boom, it shuts down, stops working. So really the only way for us to charge is when we're hungry and very hungry, which is just kind of interesting. Something to note. There you go. I think we solved the mystery. Okay, I have returned, and it has been a while. It's probably been around about 3 out-of-game hours of just transferring things up to our new vehicle and making some changes to it at the same time. You'll see that I do have a storage battery in my hand. I wanted to come back at this point to show a little bit of work that I'm going to be doing on this thing. Unfortunately, it is rather damaged and we're not going to be able to repair it in the state that it is in. However, we can disassemble it to be able to try and build something from fresh once again. So we're going to have to go ahead and disassemble, and hopefully we're going to get a whole heap of small storage batteries out of this, because we can make medium storage but we can't make small. So it's like we need to have the smallest batteries to begin with, and from there we can then start making the larger variations. So that's the plan at the very least. We are very hungry at this stage. We're worn out. I've also gone and installed all of the different power storage CBMs that we had. So our maximum power is now right up there, but we still have quite a ways to go. So we did fail to recover a fair amount of those batteries, unfortunately, because they were probably so damaged. So we've got 47 of them at this stage. Now I'm pretty sure to make a medium storage, let's just go storage real quick, or storage. So to make a medium storage battery, we need to have, let's see, 14. Okay, so we can actually go ahead and make a medium. Now our solder and our copper wire is back up the top, along with pretty much everything else. And for us to make a storage battery, we need to have straight up 80 small storage. So we can get ourselves a medium. That's better than having nothing at all. I would really like to just be able to make a straight up storage battery, so I'm going to have a hunt around to see if I can find any others. We just have a car battery. We might be able to... no, it's just going to give us acid, because obviously it's a different type. of battery. Yeah, well, we might be out of luck there. We're going to go ahead and accept that for now, and I'm going to take the stuff back up the top and get to work on it. Okay, now here we are back in our vehicle. So you'll notice that there are a number of changes here. We have a whole heap of these floor storage trunks, which are really helpful. We've got a nice reclining seat in the center here, a chemistry station, and a freezer. And having a look at the vehicle itself, we'll go examine. We can see that, yeah, the battery's a little bit lower than I would like. We have been using a bit of it to keep that freezer turned on. But you can also see that we have water, which is coming in from the rain. We have a funnel that is just filtering that in, and we have storage for clean water as well. Also, we've been able to top off those tanks entirely, so we've got quite a bit of gasoline there. So I'm pretty happy with that. Another thing is that I've gone and installed the minigun that we found over here. We were able to repair that with our gunsmith repair kit. It did take a bit to be able to get that thing going as well. But yep, it's there. However, we are going to have to look at trying to fill it with ammunition somehow. So I'm going to have to go through all the different ammunition types that we've got, make sure that we've got a magazine for that. And you might see that our quantum solar panel is a little bit damaged. Not sure how that has happened, but unfortunately we don't have mechanics to repair it. We need to have 9 mechanics. Right now our mechanics is at 8. It's going to be really hard to get it up into that 9 or 10 kind of category, so it's going to take a fair bit of work to be able to do that. You know what, let's have a drink for now. See if we can. There we go, lovely. That's some nice clean water for us. So, let's see, we should be able to make ourselves a storage battery of a kind here. Let's have a look. Storage. We can make a medium storage battery. So it's not going to have a massive capacity, but it's still going to be better than just your regular storage. Rather your regular car battery. It's going to take 40 minutes for us to be able to do that. Shouldn't be too difficult for us to achieve. And we are going to have something to eat before too long. There we go. And it does have a capacity of up to 7,000, which is fantastic, and it's in really good condition as well. So I do have a place for that right beneath my feet. We have a swappable storage battery case, and we should be able to install it down there. However, it might not be the right type. Yeah, it looks like I'm just going to have to go ahead and remove that. Or maybe I can just install it down here. Let's have a look at that. Nope, we're already cleared up there. So underneath the seat, we're going to remove that swappable battery case, and we're just going to go ahead and install that one in here. Medium storage battery, bam, just like that. So we have a lot more capacity for energy at this stage. We're going to need a lot more than that, because obviously this is under our maximum capacity. If we have a look over here, we're now, yeah, 10,720. We can store quite a bit of power in ourselves. So at this stage, the vehicle is effectively good to go. The only other thing that I'm really wanting to have a look at is reloading the minigun turret. Now for that, I believe we needed, I wonder, will you actually tell me here? Quite possibly. Let's go across until we find our minigun, which is on this square here. Yeah, so from memory it was 7.62, and it's like an ammo belt. Most of our ammunition is in this container here. We got our, well, that's mostly guns, as far as I'm aware, and ammunition is kind of stored elsewhere. Perhaps over here. Yeah, so this is the thing. We don't 100% know where everything is. There we go. It's over this side here. So I don't know if we have the correct magazine for that, which is really unfortunate. We might be able to make an ammo belt. Let's have a look and see if we can. Ammo belt. No, we can't. So unfortunately, while the minigun is really cool, we can't actually utilize it all that much. I was wanting to have something on top of there that could just mow down our enemies, but we might need to go for something a little bit different. So for us to actually just get rid of it, it's a pretty easy process. We just go ahead and remove it from the turret. We are going to need to make sure that we actually pick up the weapon, which should be on the ground beneath us. There it is. There is a Browning there as well, but I don't think we are going to use that all that much. So with the other guns, we're going to go ahead and drop off, yes, just to the side here, the minigun. Excellent, it is now in the floor trunk. So what else can we install in there? Well, we've got varying different types of ammunition, but I think we'll probably end up using a weapon that we have used before. More than likely. So you can see we can mount all kinds of different weapons. A light machine gun up there might not be too bad of an option, but I think we'll probably run into a similar situation where we're needing a specific type of magazine. In saying that though, there is a chance that if we unload one of them, that we might actually be able to get a magazine that we need. So after looking through all of our different weapon types, I reckon we're going to chuck on the proper RivTech flamethrower. I have repaired one of our other RivTech weapons, a heavy machine gun, but we just don't really have the ammunition to play with it. But in saying that, the flamethrower, we can definitely do something with that. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. I want to see if we can accurize this. If we use our gunsmith repair kit, we can go ahead and repair weapon. Yes, there we go. So it's even better now at this stage. So let's go ahead and mount this thing up, and I believe it's going to be in this position here. Now this is a manual weapon, so we need to actually aim it ourselves, but still, I think that's a pretty good addition to this vehicle, and I'm kind of excited to try it out. Let's see, yeah, so I've got an aisle curtain over here now as well, so we can keep this place nice and sealed in. Obviously, this really isn't doing all that much for us at this stage. I'm probably just going to get rid of this door if I'm thinking about it, really. Yeah, let's go ahead and remove this thing. While it would be nice to have a little bit of a separate place for our vehicle, it's not doing enough for us. So all we need to do is remove the heavy duty hatch. We do have our artifact items in there, and what we want to try and replace that with is another one of these floor trunks. But I think for us to construct another one, we are going to need some sheet metal. Now we do have one piece over here, so we can go ahead and just start hauling that. And if we go over towards this vehicle, we should be able to just disassemble and get a few more pieces. I'm not 100% as to how much we need, but let's just go over here and just look at making a floor trunk. Okay, so we need 3, and we need another door hinge as well. Okay, well, the door hinge, we're going to have to go over towards a building to grab that. But all in all, we're very close to leaving this place behind. I did want to bring you all back for this final part of us getting ready. I don't think that we have missed out on anything major, but the chances are that there's something that we're going to be leaving behind that the rest of you desperately want me to bring. We've got all the major things that we need, and it's been a good chance for me to actually go through and have a look at what we actually have and what we need to hold on to. We get the idea of, what's actually crucial to our survival. So that's going to take us an hour to do. I think I accidentally used the welder that's nearby. That's fine. It will mean we're using up some batteries, but what can you do? Okay, that is our floor trunk complete. So walking back on into the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and get that placed down into position, and this kind of just lets you see what I've been doing for the most part while we've been constructing this thing. And just like that, it is installed. So we should have some items that are actually on the ground here, or perhaps on the ground there. Yes, there we go. We do have a small storage battery here. Oh, those are the leftover ones. I see. Well, we definitely don't want to be leaving them behind, so we'll go ahead and store them in here for now. The weight is okay. It's the volume that we're wanting to have a look at. We also have some fuel tanks, which we're just not going to be able to, well, I said we're not going to be able to use, but we might. We're going to have to unload one of them first though, because you can't install a full tank onto a vehicle. What we want to have a look at now is where our other items will have gone. Items on the ground. Let's see, get items. So we did have some artifacts that were around here, and alarmingly enough, we're not seeing them right now. Gloves of the psych. Yes, okay, so they're over to the east at this stage. Right, so they're on the ground just over here. No, they're not on the sidewalk. Oh, they must have just got thrown into here. Well, that's okay. They're in there with our CBMs. That's cool. I'm alright with that. And we will keep this as a sectioned off thing. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oh. Let's have a look. Okay. Battery charge is going up. That's fantastic. Let's have a look. How many batteries did we actually have there? We've got 33 small storage batteries. How much do we actually need to create another medium storage battery? We can create another medium. Well, I'll be damned. 14. Yeah, so we could actually batch create 2 of these. Fantastic. That's even more charge for us. Yeah, sure. We'll do it this way. It's going to take 1 hour and 20 minutes for us to be able to achieve that. But let's go ahead and get that thing started. We're going to smash through this before you know it. Rena has a place to stay in the vehicle as well. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this thing. It's hardy. It's got a lot to it. Okay, we are going to... I really want to fire this gun. We do have more shells for it. I think we will fire it at one of the vehicles before we before we rock on away. So we do have a medium storage battery here. I'm going to try and keep them along the center line if I can, just have them be a little bit more protected. We'll use the one on our person real quick, and then going over to this one here, we're going to install another. So we can install small storage batteries just as they are, but honestly, I think having those additional ones there, just drawing in that power, it's got to be fine. And I don't see us running out of power, but it can happen. It's entirely possible. Yeah. As long as we're not leaving anything behind, that's the main thing. Let's go have another drink of water. And we probably should have something to eat. I want to have a look and see if this is all still frozen. It is. Fantastic. And you can see that we condensed this down a lot. We had a whole heap of things that we didn't really need. What we're doing at the moment is we're kind of surviving off candy. Just because we've got it here. And so it's helping improve our mood while we are working on all these things. It does make us pretty thirsty though, but we can get rid of that before too long. So at this stage, I feel like we're done. We have done everything we need to at this point. All of our books are in here, everything. So we're going to head back downstairs one last time to see if there's any final things that we need to grab. So we're back down at home. Quite possibly for the last time. There are a few items that have been left behind here, but most of them are just kind of double ups, more often than not. There are some things that could still be useful to us, but we are running on a little bit of a smaller scale at this point. There is a large tank of gasoline down here that I'm going to want to bring along with us, but we also have some items over here, so we're going to be hauling those up with us. But we need Rena to come with us now because we are going to be moving on at this stage. Rena, how are you feeling? You're on watch. That's true, you are. Well, you can come with us now. Yeah. Let's see. Could we know a little bit more about you? Okay, we can't see any effects right now, but yep, she's definitely still a spider. And she has good intelligence, but yeah, the dexterity's on the way up. But yes, you can see that strength. It's not all there. All right, Rena, let's go. Let's see if she will. Did you know that the lack of food kills faster than chain smoking? Are you hungry right now? Because we can, or actually we can't assist you with that too much, but she did have some food on her, so she should be eating that if she really needs to. So, back over at this point here, we need to try and find the last things that we're after, namely a very large thing of fuel. There we go. It is full. That's 60 liters of gasoline that we have there, and we are just going to be hauling that along the ground. We do have some other items up here that you'll see as well. The alloy platings that we need, and a few other just bits and pieces, security cards and all the rest. We are just going to be dragging those along. Another thing you'll notice is that there's some mini nukes over here, and some other CBMs that have decided to leave behind because we already have extras of those. I don't know if we're going to be able to install CBMs in NPCs, but we have extras so that we can potentially try that in the future. But yeah, as you know, there are many nukes here at the lab. I don't think driving with them in our vehicle is a great idea. If there is a fire or anything like that, it will ignite the mini nukes and we will be gone for good. And that's not awesome. So right now we are just dragging this along the floor, as you can see, and oh, there is a small blob, which is dangerously close to us. Well, you know what, sure, we'll go ahead and stop moving some things for now and see if we can deal with that. Okay, jumping back, we are going to grab all of our little bits and pieces, and Rena, continue following. Stop moving items. No, we're going to ignore that. So what's happening there is that she was trying to get past us while we were hauling items. We will stop for a second. Where is this blob? It's all the way up there. So unfortunately, it's going to keep on interrupting us, I think. If we just go ignore, we will be able to continue moving until we see it again. We'll ignore. We want to get to a point where this blob is right next to us. Unfortunately, this is a really frustrating way to move things. At this point, we are going to stop hauling. Come on then. Okay, that's dealt with. There is another one. Oh, Rena. Nicely done. Thank you, Rena. Excellent work. So we'll store that back in our inventory. We'll start hauling yet again. Now I have been using the folded Foldertron, but surprisingly enough, this has seemed to be faster, weirdly, so yeah. So we're just dragging all of this stuff up here, as you do. I think what we're going to have to do with the fuel is just create a few kind of extra 60-liter tanks. Okay, we've seen a zombie dog. We're going to ignore. We are going to have to deal with that though, so sure thing. I'm actually just going to quickly haul this corpse out the way. Ignore. But yes, you are right, Rena. There is a zombie dog over here, which we are going to smash to pieces. Okay. And store you away. And we will get moving. Now, I don't think we can, haul past Rena. So we just need her to move occasionally. We are nearly there. And with that rain that's coming in, it's going to be filling up the tanks inside our vehicle, giving us some lovely fresh water. Okay. Alright, well, Rena, welcome to the vehicle. You're going to go jump in the driver's seat. That's perfectly fine by me. So, I think we have at least 2 tanks that are very close to being completely full. So you can see that we have one tank on the bottom that has 4,000 units of gasoline in it. We should be able to unload that one. If we want to pour that into a container, let's see. Well, okay, sure. We'll go ahead and pour into there. And then we'll pour the rest into... Oh, hang on. Am I container for that much gasoline? Yeah, there we go. Some is left over at this stage. Okay. Now, if I want to go unload again, how much is left at this point? I can't actually see. So it might be... Yeah, it might be complete. Fantastic. Okay, good. So, let's have a look and see where we're going to install another tank of gasoline. Where are our current tanks, I wonder? Oh, there's a solar panel there that we can repair. Let's definitely do that. Okay. Yeah, the quantum solar panel we can't recover, unfortunately. Alright, so we got gasoline at the back there. I'm assuming there's gasoline not there. There's gasoline there. Okay, so we're just going to start going along the sides. Unless we can have it in the center, but I think having it right next to our arse probably isn't the best thing in the world. And there we go. We have another fuel tank on there. So if we go ahead and say refill, if we want to refill one of the extra tanks, this one down here, we can do that. Boom. And all that gasoline is now inside of it. Excellent. So that's even more gas. And we can see that the batteries that we have there are getting fueled up as well. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Can we examine vehicle? No, I'm wanting to reload the turret, but I think it's just automatically linked in so that it's going to be taking all that good gas from us. Right, we have some ammunition. And our ammunition is kind of being stored right across the other side of the vehicle, which is a little bit difficult to drag these things to, because they're going to want to try and go onto the floor, which is obviously not what we always want to have happen. So moving things around can be a little tricky from time to time. So right now we have actually got them underneath the vehicle, so we should be able to see them. That we can. And looking at ammunition, we're going to go start chucking it down there. I don't know if that's ammunition or just magazines. Well, it's kind of a combination of things, really. And we still have some space in there, so we want to try and see if we can fill it up. Generally, we're just going to be grabbing everything from everywhere, more often than not. And I think I just chucked another tank in there. So we'll have a look at getting that installed. Okay, so we have a whole other tank just chilling out here. So we definitely want to go ahead and install yet another 60-litre tank just over on the side here so that we can get even more gas. Yep, all the gas. Okay, so we are going to go refill, and we want to refill this tank down here with that. That's a lot of gasoline. A lot of gasoline. Oh, we could be a fireball. We could be a giant fireball. Okay, alright, so at this stage, that should be everything. And with a quick save, as I'm not losing all that progress, we're done. We're now in this vehicle. Now, in terms of names, we had a few chucked around on stream. Bran's van, or rather Bran van, was the main one, but I feel like that's a good placeholder. So let's get some names going for this one. We'll see how we see what we work out. Right. Are we prepared? Yes. Am I going to want to try and fire the 120mm gun before we drive away? Yes, definitely. So Rena, we're going to swap positions with you. I'm assuming you've gone to that other seat over there. Okay, that's all right. I don't know how vulnerable Rena is when she's there. I guess we'll find out, won't we? We're going to go ahead and open this and start driving. The Bran van is too heavy for its engines. Are you serious? We've loaded it full of too much stuff. Oh no. The top speed was massive. So obviously we have a lot, but with the top speed being as high as it was, I assumed that it was completely capable of moving. Apparently, it's too heavy though. Okay, no, we're rolling backwards perfectly fine. Yeah, no, this thing is more than capable. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. Rena, there quite possibly is something over there. Let's see if we can see that something by turning on multiple electronics. We are going to turn on the camera system. Now, it will take a second or two. Boom. Now we can see all around us. I don't know if Rena is actually seeing something. Right. We're going to fire this gun. Now, I don't know if I can just hit... Oh, I can. Turrets and range. Now, what one is that firing? This is the 120mm gun we can see is firing. It has a total range of 63, which that's nice. We're going to see if we can fire right on over towards here. I honestly don't know if just hitting enter here will actually work. Switch firing modes. Let's just see if there's a different way for us to draw what. No, we're not going to do any of that. What we're going to do is have a look to see if we can, control vehicle, automatic turrets, individual turret. Okay, this one here. Okay, yeah, so that is the right way for us to fire it. Well, let's see if it's going to be possible. Okay, yep, so we just fired a 120mm shell right into that space. We're not seeing like a massive explosion, but I'm imagining if it hit something, it would probably do a fair bit of damage. Yeah, we can't really see in that space there. There is thin smoke, so it makes me wonder whether there is fire accompanying that smoke. No, I guess it's all good then. Oh, well, Rena's ears are completely gone. She's deaf. I'm sorry, Rena. It was a really loud cannon. And the next thing that I kind of question is the flamethrower. I assumed that we would have been able to control it from here. Control vehicle. Set turret firing modes. Aim automatic turrets. Yeah, there aren't any automatic turrets exactly. Well, this is how we learn Yeah, and we can only control that one. So I'm thinking maybe for the flamethrower we actually need to be in the other seat. Let's go ahead and let go of the controls just for a second. And Rena, we are going to swap positions with you. You automatically zip on over there. Okay. And let's have a look. No, we can't control items on the ground. No. That's not on the ground, I would hope. No, that's within the door. Okay. Yeah, so I thought we would have been able to control it from here, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Interesting. Yeah, so the turret is definitely there, the flamethrower turret. I wonder if we need to set up a different kind of control system. Or if we need to have like electronic controls to be able to control things from different points. Yeah, possibly. Let's see. Yep, we're definitely controlling them from here. It's not an electronic, so yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There will be a way to do it. Set turret targeting modes. Okay, so yes, we can control that. We can put it on automatic. Turret targeting. Okay, that's a little frightening. I'm going to leave that on manual and just see if we can get any control from here. Control vehicle, aim turrets manually. So that's this one here. I wonder, can I swap through turrets? Scroll down, cycle through targets, F to fire. Yeah, and so that's just this one here. O to reload or switch ammunition. Oh, it didn't like me doing that. Right. Can't reload a none. Sure. That makes sense. So, unfortunately, I can't figure out how to fire. Yeah, it won't let me fire the other one from here. So I'm thinking we might need to have a different control system, because I'm pretty sure that this is just if I'm having a look, it's regular controls. We'd want to install an electronic control system here. So we'll go ahead and turn this off really quick. Take control of the Bran van. We want to go ahead and stop driving for now, turn the engine off, and let's just have a look at installing a different kind of control unit. So we're going to go ahead and examine, and we're going to remove the current controls. Let's see, remove controls. Okay, now are we going to have the ability to install an electronic control unit? Okay. Yeah, so we might need to make one. And honestly, I don't know whether or not we need to have a regular control unit as well. I think we do. Electronic control units. What do we need? Just some copper wire. Really, we're just missing out on copper wire. Well, I guess, okay, that's the thing. We are going to go and put that other control system back on there, just so that there is something actually physically in place there. But we need to get some copper wire, and copper wire shouldn't be too difficult for us to get, like that. We should be able to get copper wire inside the building down here. You want to pick up that water faucet? Why do you want to pick up a water faucet? Why? Okay, you can pick up food, that's fine, but don't go picking up every water faucet you see. Like, why does she need a water faucet? Like, why is that a thing that you want, Rena? Let's see, we got some more copper wire. Okay, I wasn't 100% how much we needed, but I think that should be us. We'll find out soon enough. Rena, jump inside. Okay, now let's have a look. Electronic control unit, fantastic. It's going to take us an hour to make. That's unfortunate. And Rena's sitting there with the window open could potentially attract some attention. And it would appear that things have frozen up a little bit here, so I will see you on the other side of all this mess. So again, I think the reason that's happening is that Rena is doing her automatic searching, which is completely screwing with us. So we need to turn it off again, unfortunately, because she's constantly cycling through items and it makes the game just go incredibly slow when we're trying to fast forward through time. I believe that's what's happening yet again. So we're going to go to pickup rules and we're going to tell her, or rather, Don't pick up items. There we go. Okay. That should work. Never mind. And let's go. Let's see if we can get that to work now. Okay, heard a crash. It is working. It's definitely working. Stop crafting. Yes. So, yeah, we do need to close that curtain. Right. Well, that's Wyhander. Okay, back on inside, Rena. And we'll get that curtain closed if we can. Thank you. Curtain is already closed. Okay, so why are we seeing outside? Oh, because of the cameras that are still turned on. Ah, good. Good. It's not affecting our charge at all either, which is great. Close that curtain. Yeah, if she sits in that seat, she does become visible to everyone. So, something I don't have to think about, I think. Let's examine. No, not examine. Rather, not wield this Wyhander. This is what happens when you play Cataclysm for 4 hours without taking a break. It's been a long day. It has been a long, long day. So we are looking for our in-progress electronic control unit. Activate. And we'll find out soon enough. Yep, it's working nice and fast. And Rena's actually learning from this as well. So, good for her. Excellent, we have an electronic control unit. So we'll go back over here and we'll see if we can install that. Yes, we can. Heard footsteps. No, we're going to ignore. Dangerously close, ignore. Let's just get this thing installed. Okay, at Rena, we're going to swap positions with you. That bloated zombie shouldn't be an issue, unless it can explode over there. We could try out the flamethrower, but no, I feel like we're too close to too many things that can explode at this stage. But, I mean, we'll try and aim it if we can. So, control multiple electronics. No, we'll just go control vehicle, and I wonder if there will be a system where it's kind of linked. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Control vehicle. Alright. Aim individual turrets, or... yeah, aim individual turret, and we can still only control the one. So unfortunately, don't know exactly what's going on there. But oh well. You'll also be able to see that I have left behind a washing machine. I'm half tempted to bring it. I just don't... I don't know how much worth we're going to get from it now. It does take up a whole vehicle space as well. So I'm not quite set on that. But we have taken control of the Bran van. We're going to ignore further distractions. And we're going to get this thing moving. And yes, we can see some of the things that we've left behind. Let's just see. The RV kitchen unit in the mini fridge, that's fine. The washing machine. So the kitchen unit we don't need, as we have our chemistry set here and everything that we'd usually have in a kitchen. We do have a metal tank that we're leaving behind, and obviously we just have the freezer. We don't have any way other than just our dehydrators to preserve food right now, but that's something that we're going to look into in the future with different types of kitchen buddy technology that we can install. But right now, this vehicle is rolling. And where is it going to roll to? Well, new pastures, new lands, new places. Off in this direction here, and it's going to take us a bit to be able to get up towards it. We're going to have to push through a whole heap of dead along the way. I'd really like it if we could get that flamethrower working before we, really go out. So if anyone has any suggestions as to how that might operate differently, please let me know. But that, guys and gals, has been us for today's episode. A strange one, I know. This was effectively carrying on everything else that I had planned to do in the live stream, but we just kind of ran out of time there. So, with all of that done, we are on the road, with all of our items in place, with Rena back with us in this vehicle. We're setting off for new horizons, looking for research facilities and all the other things that might be out there to help us understand to a greater deal exactly what's happened to the world. I've been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.